Hello, welcome to episode 349 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In yesterday's episode 348, I got a little bit passive aggressive, so apologize about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, head on back. I started throwing things around my office, but I've calmed down today. So in episode 349, we're talking about price, the fact that price is obvious, and the fact that value is hidden. When you're talking to your buyer, the price is obvious. They can see the price. It's £1,000. It's £500. It's $29.99. Whatever. That's obvious. What they're trying to work out is, what's the value? And by value in this context, I mean like, why is it worth it? What do I get for the money? And that is where we, as salespeople or representatives, we have to shine the spotlight of attention onto that and make it as clear and easy and stupidly obvious as possible. Because displaying the price, $29.99, $5,000, whatever, price is obvious. Value is hidden. And this is where we can use things like what you get. So literally like a list of the actual deliverables, and it's one of the only times I encourage people to be verbose, as in to use lots of words and to not have a concise short sales message. When you're talking about what somebody gets in an offering, we want the biggest, longest list as possible. We don't want to lie or mislead people, but the fact is the more things on that list, the better the value it is. It's like if you buy something, like say it's £100 and it's 100 pieces to this particular set, you immediately divide those two numbers here and say, right, well, each piece of this set he's selling me is £1. Whereas if I said it's £100 and it's 250 pieces in this particular set, that feels like better value because you get more stuff, whether you use it or not, you're getting more stuff for your £100. So it feels better, doesn't it? Price is obvious, value is hidden. So the first one we can do there is have a list of what you will get. Second way we can do this is to talk about the problems that you solve. And defining the problems that you solve is one of the foundational things of a clear sales message that I talk about quite a lot. And the flip side of that is remembering to sell the destination, not the journey. So if I solve the problem of I can't do X or I can't do Y, where does that take me? What does that get for me? And we need to be just explicitly obvious sales message and be very, very clear here about what you get. Price is obvious, value is hidden. If you don't make the value obvious to your buyer, and you cannot expect them to search and find and put effort into that, you have to front load it, make it as easy as possible. If you don't do that, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in 350, episode 350. Do you want to buy a shortcut? Do you want to buy a shortcut? If you do, tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you all about it. That's it for this episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. If you aren't already subscribed, then why? Hit the subscribe button, whether on YouTube, Spotify, your podcast platform of choice. Any way you interact with this podcast, it tells the algorithmic gods to share this with more people. And I think you'll agree that these episodes are packed full of useful, free, actionable, and achingly simple advice anybody can put into practice and have a real benefit in their business. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another fast talking edition of the Daily Sales Message.